How much passive income did I receive for the whole of 2024? In this video, I'll reveal my yearly total from both share dividends and premium bond prizes. And if you stay to the end, I'll reveal everything I've been buying and selling recently. First, let's look at what I received for the month of December. This is not investment advice, and I'm just showing you my own journey. December is a month when many of my exchange-traded funds pay out. The first of those was VEVE. This ETF gives exposure to over 2,000 stocks in the developed world. Here are some of the largest. The price is up 18.6% this year. There is a small dividend of 1.5% spread over 4 payments, and ongoing charges are 0.12%. This month, VEVE paid out a total of £30. My second ETF to pay in December was VWRL. This one is similar to the Developed World ETF, but also includes companies from emerging markets. The price is up 23.5% so far this year. The dividend yield is also 1.5%, split over 4 payments. Ongoing charges are 0.22%. This month, VWRL also paid out a total of £30. My third ETF to pay out in December was VHYL. This one gives exposure to over 1,700 companies worldwide, which pay higher dividends. The price is up 6.8% this year. The dividend is 3.3% spread over 4 payments. The ongoing charge is 0.29%. This screen shows how the dividends per share have changed from year to year. This month, VHYL paid out a total of £65. The fourth ETF to pay out in December was IUSA. This one tracks the S&P 500, and here are the largest companies within this ETF. The price is up a very impressive 26%. The dividend yield is 1% split over 4 payments a year. Ongoing charges are a tiny 0.07%. This month, my S&P 500 ETF paid out a total of £130. Now, you may have noticed that I've got quite a lot of overlap in the companies within these different ETFs, but I'm okay with that for the time being, and I do plan to consolidate them when I do a bit of portfolio spring cleaning in April. On the 19th of December, it was the turn of HSBC to reward its shareholders. The shares are up 23.1% this year, and the dividend is a very impressive 6.2% spread over 4 payments a year. Dividend history is a bit volatile, but for the last 3 years it's been increasing. This month, HSBC paid out a total of £135. If you want to know how much I hold in each of the companies mentioned, then I've listed the totals in the video description, along with some offers from products I use, which could save you some money. On the 2nd of December, I received some cash from BAE Systems. The shares are up 3.5% this year. The dividend is 2.8% split over 2 payments. As you can see here, the company has a great track record of growing the dividend payments year after year. This month, BAE Systems paid out a total of £150. And now for my final exchange-traded fund. This one has the ticker code ISF and tracks the FTSE 100 index. Here are the largest companies you would have exposure to. The share price is up 5.2% this year, and the yield is currently 4% spread over 4 payments. Ongoing charges are just 0.07%. This month, ISF paid out a total of £170. On the 31st of December, I received a present from Imperial Brands. The shares are up an incredible 41% this year, and not only that, the dividend is high at 6%. Dividends have been fairly consistent recently after many years of consistent growth. This month, Imperial Brands paid out a total of £255. On the 6th of December, it was the turn of Unilever to pay out. It's been a great year for the shares, up 19.5%, and there is also a dividend of 3.2%, spread over 4 payments. Dividends have been fairly stable over the last 5 years or so. This month, Unilever paid out a total of £320. If you are enjoying this video, then please give that like button a quick tap, as it really helps out the channel. On the 19th, it was the turn of Shell to pay out. The shares have not had a great run this year, down 5.1%. but the dividend is above average at 4.4% spread over 4 payments. Dividends per share have shown an upward trend in recent years. This month Shell paid out a total of £340. Also in the oil sector was a payment from BP. The shares have had a terrible year, however, down a very disappointing 18.6%. BP currently pays a dividend of 6.4%. Could this be a good time to buy BP? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Dividend growth has been a bit patchy, which is typical of a volatile sector such as oil and gas. Despite this, BP paid out my highest dividend of the month, totalling £360. And now on to premium bonds. The prize rate is now 4%. There is one draw a month and you have easy access to your money. There is a chance of winning £1 million each month and all winnings are tax-free. First, the big winners for December. The first £1 million winner was based in Kent and held the maximum of £50,000 in bonds. The second jackpot winner was from Cumbria and had a holding of around £33,000 in bonds. No £1 million for me this month, but I did at least manage to win 3 prizes totalling £175. The bar on the left shows what I would have expected to win this year with average luck and £50,000 invested. The bar on the right shows what I've actually won. Not so good this year compared to the headline rates. This screen shows all my monthly prize totals for 2024. The best month was in November with £300 and the worst was July with nothing at all. As mentioned before, the prize rate at the time of this video is 4%, but the average prize rate for the whole of 2024 was 4.42%, and my return was 3.1%. But I don't really mind, as I only use premium bonds as my emergency fund, kept out of the stock market on purpose, so hopefully I never need to sell my shares and can allow them to compound over time. So my total passive income for the month was £2,160. But what's this? Oh no, the taxman's claw is back to grab some of my dividends. I try to shield most of my investments from tax using a stocks and shares ISA, but I've now managed to exceed the non-ISA dividend allowance, which is currently just £500 a year. Last month, Mr. Claw only wanted a fiver from me, but it looks like he wants a lot more this time. In fact, I had to pay him a grand total of £45 to satisfy his growing appetite. And now for my overall passive income summary. The green bars on this graph show my monthly passive income from last year and the blue bars are for this year. These figures are after tax. March, June, September and December are usually the best months for dividends because my ETFs all pay at these times, as do most of my quarterly dividend companies. Now let's compare the totals for the last 2 years. The blue bars show my passive income from 2023 and 2024 before tax, and the purple bars are after tax. So my net passive income this year was £18,465. The amount of this which came from share dividends was £16,915, and the amount from premium bonds was £1,550. The average dividend yield of the FTSE 100 is 3.7%, and my own portfolio is currently yielding 3.3% in dividends. My yield on the actual money originally invested is 6.1%. I'm now receiving an average of £1,408 a month after tax in share dividends. And as this is the last month of the year, we can add the 2024 bar to this graph, which shows my average monthly dividends from shares since I started my journey in 2009. On top of my share dividends, there is also capital growth, and I discuss all of that in my portfolio updates, which I release every quarter. Make sure you subscribe for that one. I'm now going to discuss what shares I've been buying over the last month. Firstly, I've been adding more to my S&P 500 ETF. It's had a great year so far, and I'm buying into this momentum. Secondly, I've topped up my holding in the London Stock Exchange Group. The shares are up over 23% this year, and the company is now the 8th largest in the UK. I've also been buying more shares in Diageo, the maker of Guinness. You may have heard in the news that pubs have actually been running out of the stuff. That bodes well for Diageo's balance sheet. And finally, I've bought more shares in VEVE, which has a decent dividend yield and is now a more streamlined and focused business. I'd like to wish everyone a great 2025. See you next time and happy investing.